Hey everyone, happy Saturday. Well, I thought I would go live and do a little bit of a recap before Lara FM's show tonight. Lara and Serge, and I believe Dan, Denver, um, they're all going live tonight at 8 o'clock LA time. So I've been doing a lot of research more into after I was reading through Jeffrey Augustine's paperwork the other day. And just kind of funny how it all fits in. You have a triangle sitting here. You have the Church of Scientology International at the top. Then you have the RTC, which is the um, Religious Technology Center. Sorry, it slipped my mind. Then CST, which is the uh, Church of Scientology Technology. Then after that, you have the Church of Scientology International, which is there's no membership. All they have is a managerial duty. They're not really a church. They don't have any clergy. They don't have members. All they do is funnel the money that's coming up through the individual churches up to the RTC and the CST. And the RTC and the CST holds the licenses for L. Ron Hubbard's technology and the services thereof. So when you're taking auditing services, the individual churches and the people there and the reg are the people that are selling those services, and it's licensed through RTC and CST. So kind of strange. And then you have, of course, the IAS, which when you sign your contract to become a member of the church, you have to sign this contract in order to receive the religious services. And within that contract, you're stating that one, CSI is a church. Don't know why you would need to do that. The second thing is that you agree that if you go in for any type of psychiatric care or have a psychiatric emergency, that they can take you out, that you won't sue them if something happens. And I am sure that all probably stems from the Lisa McPherson case. But how strange is that, is to have that in the initial contract you sign when you want to just be a church member. So then you have the Sea Org, and the Sea Org are non-paid volunteered ministers. It's the volunteer ministry, and the only compensation they truly receive, I think it's up to $65 a week now, and they receive their IAS membership free. The $65 can be taken away if they run lower expectations, if they don't do their qualifications, if they don't perform in their stats. That's one of the things that they can have taken away from them is their pay. If the organization or where they're working at doesn't complete their stats, that reflects in that $65 a week. It's pretty sad. Now, within that organization, within the Sea Org is an unincorporated, unlicensed entity. It's an organization that performs as members for the CST and the RTC. It gets pretty confusing, and the way they had described it the other day, when I was reading through it, is it's confusing on purpose. It's so that way you can't figure out which way they're going to go. If you have a problem, you don't know who to sue. You don't know who to litigate against. It's pretty sad. Oh, also in that agreement that you sign when you become a member of the church is that there are no refunds. So it's come hell or high water that you're going to get a refund if you're not happy. That always kind of reminds me of Tori when she walks up and insists on her $1 million back. Well, she signed a contract saying that there were no refunds, no money, no soup for you. So where does all this money go? Well, it doesn't really go to the people that are selling the product. In fact, they're more or less the people in the orgs that sell the services. None of them are employees. They're not considered a W-2 or a W-4 employee. They're not considered a 1099 miscellaneous person either. Most of them, and so they're not 1099 and they don't have W-2s. So most of them are on their own contracts, they have their own business. And even if they had their own business, though, you would still need to 1099 them if you were paying them a commission on whatever sales they had, somewhat kind of like a vacuum cleaner salesman, um, or or an MLM product that you sell the product. Um, it doesn't ever hit your door. Of course, these are not physical products. They are services, more like services. So what they would really have to do is they would have to purchase the block of services from the licensing agent, which is the RTC, sell the services in their own, and then either return the block of services or return it back for the same minus their commission. And their commissions are everywhere from 2% to 10%. Okay, now here's the kicker, is that the 2% and 10%, they have to take out the organization's expenses out of that, and then they're with whatever's left. Now, I seen some documents the other day. They went from, for the year, everywhere from a couple of $1,000 for a person. I think the highest one I saw was $120,000 a year. It's quite a lot for selling services. It must have been at one of the larger organizations, or maybe it's a smaller organization that has a lot of members, and so there's only a couple of people selling the services. But still, either way, it's kind of an MLM within an MLM. It just doesn't make sense. So where are they getting their 501c3 status if the CSI doesn't meet the 14 qualifications of a church? And the other companies that are listed in there provide services for the religious entity, for the church, for CSI, but they're not the umbrella. So I think there was some foolery that happened there. And again, where's all this money going? Because CSI is just a wash through. So the money just exchanges hands down at the church level back to the CSI, which pays. Thank you, Joy. I see that you're on. Thank you very much. And it pops back through to RTC, CST, and they're the ones that hold the licenses. And then where does it go? Well, I was talking about this the other day, is they have a trustee. They have the US IAS, the US International Association of Scientologists Members Trust. Now, it used to be overseas, and back in 1992, 93, they went ahead and had to bring it back because of some law changes um, after something had happened. So they registered in Delaware, and that's where it's registered out of. There were some people that were the trustees then, but that's been, gosh, 14 years. It can't be the same people. And those are the only four people that that control billions of dollars in cash and It controls all of the assets, all the buildings, all the licenses, in the Sea Org, the airplane, everything. Everything is controlled under this trust. So, I talked about it the other day, what I would really like, if anybody knows, or if you could forward this out to other people that may be under the radar, that would be really cool to find out who the current trustees are that handle this billions of dollars. So when you're paying in for your services for your auditing sessions, that's where that money's going. It's going straight to David Miscavige and the 4 trustees. You're not paying for anything other than expenses on your property, on the properties, and most of those expenses come out of the commissions that people sell the services for. So where's that money's just being stockpiled. Now, as I said before, the buildings, they don't have to pay capital gains on any asset that they buy when they sell it or on taxes every year because it wasn't bought with a loan. Those buildings, that's why they have everybody pitch in, because when everybody invests or provides their donations to buy the buildings, those are free and clear. They don't have to use them. Hmm, kind of pretty, it's pretty ingenious actually, but that's a benefit of being a 501(c)(3) or a church is not having to do that. So if anybody could find out who those trustees are, or if you have anybody that's still in, if they could do some digging around, boy, just let me know. You don't have to comment on here. You could just email me. My email's in the description. So that would be really nice to have all of that information. Joy, are you going to be watching any of the Lara FM thing that's going on tonight? That ought to be a pretty good concert. I guess they're all going to, what is the name of that? I'm just looking here real quick. The Viper Room. I'm not familiar with it, but it sounds like it's going to be a hoot. My stream is in and out. I think we have some storms coming in. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, honestly, I live in flatland in the cornfields, and we don't have cable internet here. We have well, I have Elon Musk. Yeah, I'm gonna be chiming in and watching too. I think Michael and Serge are going to be streaming. I think Serge is part of the. Yeah, it just might be good for just to see everybody get together and kind of let their hair down a little bit. It's been pretty tense lately. I know I watched a little bit earlier with that gentleman from San Francisco or Sacramento, watching on his live, and they had a run-in with the police that were standing guard watching the closure of the road. And for as much as I respect DOA, a lot of times I just can't handle watching them being called pigs because I just have too much respect. And maybe they are really corrupt, but it's still pretty hard to watch. Yeah. So they were getting a hard time. I know LA happened to be there for a little while too, and they had closed off all 4 sidewalks around so that way they could show their video. I'm gonna be going live with, Poe on the Go again. We're gonna talk about how to put these type of, documents together, put meetings together. Oh, you do? So do you use a chair also? Yeah, I moved from Alaska where it was really nice and hilly down here to flatland, so it's pretty easy to get around. It isn't too bad. So they should be coming on any minute. I'll probably go in and get ready to watch that, but I wanted to just give an update and put it out there. If I could get some inside information about who those member trustees are, that would be really great information if we could get that. And uh, sorry about that. Well, it's a good thing you can walk though. So I'm probably gonna cut off for right now, but I'll probably hop on tomorrow after I do a little bit more homework, and I'm hoping to get that information. I've got, um, as I was saying yesterday, we got the go ahead. We put our resume in, and it didn't get kicked back by the computer saying, "Oops, sorry, it's you, not us, and don't ask us again, or you're not even qualified." So they did qualify it to go up the chain. So I'm kind of excited about that, the federal claim that we have in. So you have a great night too, Joy. Thank you. I'm gonna end the stream now. Thanks. Bye.